Okay, so now we're dealing with products. We're multiplying. So let's do this. 31. So it is 4 times minus 1. Now remember, multiplication can either be like this. That's a multiplication sign. Or it can be like this. That's a multiplication sign. So this mean exactly the same thing. So right away we multiply. We do 4 times negative 1. That's 4. Because one of the two signs is negative, it's a negative 4. So basically it's very easy in multiplication. Either if they're same sign, it equals positive. If they're opposite sign, it equals negative. We're going to fly through these. 32, 7 minus 5. So that equals 35. Since they're opposite sign, it becomes negative 35. As soon as you have an odd number of negative signs, the whole multiplication becomes negative. All right. So number 33, 10. All right, so that equals 80. 8 times 10 equals 80. There's one negative sign, so it's negative 80. I'm not even checking the answers, but I'm sure that's what it is. Negative 7 times negative 2. Same, an even number of negative signs. So at that point, we know right away it's positive. The answer is 14. Number 35, negative 4, negative 2 equals. So 4 times 2 equals 8. We have an even number of negative signs. So therefore, it is positive. 36, negative 6, negative 1. We have an even number of negative signs, so therefore it's positive. 6 times 1 equals 6. So 37, negative 7, 8 equals. So we only have one negative sign and one positive. So that's an odd number of negative signs. So therefore the solution will be negative. And 7 times 8 equals 56. Clear that. Next customer. 39. 9, negative 4 equals. So we have one negative and one positive, so it's a negative. 4 times 9 equals 36. Number 40. Negative 9, negative 7 equals. So we have two negatives. That's an even number of negatives, so the answer is positive. And 9 times 7 equals 63. 41. Negative 5, 2. We have one negative, one positive, so that's a negative, negative 10. Number 42. What do we see here? Two negatives, so that's a positive. 2 times 2 equals 4. 43. A negative, a positive. That's an odd number of negatives. So therefore, it is a negative. 5 times 4 equals 20. Negative 3, negative 9. We have two negative signs. That makes a positive. 3 times 9 equals 27. Boom. And last product, 45. 4. Negative 6. So there's one negative, one positive. We know the answer is going to be negative. 4 times 6 equals 24. And that is multiplication. I don't know. I thought that was pretty easy when I learned it. It might not be for you. If not, just redo the problems and you'll eventually get it. That's for sure. The good thing about math is if you do it and do it over again, you're always going to get it. So that's the good thing. Now when we're dividing, number 46, 130 divided by 10, and the 10 is negative, equals, well, 30, if you eliminate the zeros, You get 3 over negative 1, which equals negative 3. Notice here this is a positive number and this is a negative number. Same rules apply. If you have an odd number of negatives, your answer is negative. One more time. Negative 49 over negative 7. Here I'm just doing the problems right here. 49 divided by 7 is 7. Since there are two negatives, it's a positive. 48, negative 12 over negative 4. Gosh, that's small. All right. Equals two negatives. Your answer is positive. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 49, negative 2 over negative 1. Once again, two negatives, which means a positive. 2 divided by 1 equals 2. When you divide anything by 1, it's always the answer. It's always the numerator. So I could put like 1,000 divided by 1 is 1,000. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Right? You can essentially eliminate the denominator. Moving along. Number 50. We're almost done. 30 divided by 6. This is a positive, this is a positive, so therefore this is a positive. 30 divided by 6 equals 5. 51. 20 divided by 10. This is a positive, this is a positive, so guess what? The answer is positive, 2. 20 divided by 10, if you remove the zeros, it's 2 over 1. I told you before, anything over 1, you remove the 1 and you're left with 2. Image. Clear this. Number 52. 27 over 3. This is a positive, this is a positive, so therefore, guess what? It's a positive and it's 9. Negative 35 over negative 5. Two negatives make a positive. 35 divided by 5 equals 7. That's your answer. 54. 80 divided by negative 8. This is a positive, this is a negative. The answer must be negative because you only have one negative, an odd number of negatives. 80 divided by 8 is 10. Right? 55. What is that? Negative 8 over negative 2. Just a second, I'm just going to make this maybe a little bit bigger. Oh boy. That did not help me. Okay, negative 8. Okay, here we go again. Negative 8 over negative 2. That equals two negatives is a positive. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. All right, where are we? 56 now. 50 divided by 5 equals, well, these are two positives, so the answer is positive. 50 divided by 5 equals 10. 57, negative 16 over 2. This is a positive, this 2, so we have an odd number of negatives, so 16 divided by 2 equals negative 8. Let's try to get this in here. 58, 48 divided by 8. These are two positives. It equals a positive 6. Oh. 59. 60 divided by negative 10. This is a positive. This is a negative. So therefore, it is a negative. If you take out the zeros, you get 6. Negative 6. And let's clear it for the last one. Number 60. 54 divided by negative 6. So anytime you don't see a sign in front of the number, it's positive. So therefore, you have a positive and a negative. You only have one negative. One means negative. One negative means it's a negative in division. In fact, that's the only time you can have a negative. So therefore, 54 divided by 6 equals 9. And that is integers 0.1. We're going to start the next chapter after.